With the retirement of Ark Survival Evolved, and ASA finally coming out on PS5, I've given myself one goal. Beat ASA within 100 days on PS5. Let's get into it.
I've been waiting for? You might be. I hope so. It's been so many cycles since I was her. Do I even still remember Hope? I wasn't sure you'd ever turn up. The odds just kept getting longer. I guess I've been losing faith, while they've been gaining power. You have to reach me. Everything depends on your survival. Master this world. Make allies of its many creatures. Grow your strength and skill. Explore this place like I did so long ago. Put the pieces together and find me, survivor. You may be the only one who can.
After Helena's motivational speech, I woke up on the beach and got to work on the basics, making tools, gathering resources, and making friends with the local wildlife.
Groups of items. We'll get into that in a minute. This right here.
And I threw down some thatch foundations. These didn't last long.
Going straight to hide.
I threw down a pestle and started crafting some narcotics. I also made some upgrades to my shack.
Page here. For this.
And then found this 120 parasaur, so I decided to knock it out to tame it.
Should go down, right? There we go. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm breaking this rock. Stay away from me. I'm just breaking the rock. Okay, I'm done breaking the rock now.
Put down a forge and got some metal smelting.
You can stay in there.
With the metal that smelted, I crafted and put down a smithy.
There we go. Wow, I got a parasaur now. Hooray. This is actually the first parasaur I've tamed on ASA.
I crafted up a metal pick and a metal hatchet.
Full 28, and I'm gonna kill him with my parasaur. Thanks, phone. What? Who is spamming me? What is going on here? Hit him in the head. I need some more metal for... I want to make a crossbow as soon as I can. It's way better than this prim bows. I would like to tame a beaver, but not a level 8 beaver. Need some early game pelt. Go to sleep, 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 go to sleep. There we go. Yep. There's a seagull attacking my parasaur. Well, now it's dead up there. Ooh. Hello. You're huge. You could be huge.
Then I decided it would be a good idea to get crops growing as soon as possible.
Savaroot. Enough for a set of
Then I crafted up a crossbow and a pike.
It's my tribe name.
And I set out on my parasaur to go up the mountain to gather some metal.
Oh yeah, moss chops. Mejoberry. Where am I gonna get one of them? Moz Chops acquired. It said it had a baby, but I don't see the baby, so doesn't matter. And there's that sweet, sweet metal. Oh, my Parasaur can actually carry all of this. Parasaur is a Chad. And here's the Explorer note. For my Parasaur.
I'm not sure why, but the giant scorpions I've seen on the island are far more disturbing than most of the dinosaurs. Rather than simply kill its prey, Pulmonoscorpius gigantus injects its
Where'd my Moz
victims
Chops
with a
go?
tranquilizing
Why is it all the way
poison,
over there?
then eats its unconscious prey alive.
Oh, I hear raptors. I'm gonna keep moving. That'll do.
I got all the metal I collected smelting. And I tested out the Moz Chops.
Real good on fiber. Oh, I see a
Then I went out to look for something to tame, but I was getting annoyed by the levels not being right, but I fixed them shortly after this.
Ooh, there's a couple raptors. You know what? I think I'm gonna tame all of them. What? Okay, there we go. I mean, I guess this works. They're terrible levels, but pack of raptors is a pack of raptors, I guess. Come back. I just won't be your friend. Ooh, the dodges. Okay.
Then I fed the raptors this Phiomia,
Still.
and after they tamed, I tested them out.
Okay. Are you good? No. Kill that tank lizard. Kill the tank lizard. Good job, guys.
Then I saddled up all 3 raptors.
Okay. Where the beaver at? There the beaver at. Level 40. You know what?
I decided to tame the beaver.
Why not?
And I almost wasn't able to knock it out.
Oh. Nice. Let's find out if you guys can take on level 23. Yeah, go for me, not the raptors. Okay. And I just want to check out over here, because there's a cave over here. And you can get crystal in it. I couldn't not. You don't have to go very far in to get to some crystal. This is harvestable, isn't it? Yeah, okay, that's all I need.
And I decided to tame these 2 PTs
Terrible.
that were both the same level, even though they both weren't great levels.
There's this little rat hole right here, you can place a chair in there and then go in. The only way in and out is using a chair. Pretty terrible. Oh, terrible. If that baby's a female, I might take it home. It is a female. Thank you. Hey, it got levels too. Nice. That was not there before. That's the highest level raptor I've seen. I'm taming it. And it's a female, so I don't even need the baby for a mate boost. I think one more. It'll go down. Or not. I did not mean to tame. Ooh, 125.
I tried to knock out this Tapajara, but in the process, a Carno attacked me. The Tapajara escaped the bola, and I could not find it afterwards.
No idea where the Tapajara went. Sorry for shooting you, PT. No hard feelings.
I made myself up a set of chitin armor,
What we're working with.
and I set out to the redwoods to look for an Argentavis. I looked around at all the Argies in the area, and the best I found was this level 50, so I decided I would just tame that. And I built a trap. This is the best Argie trap I've seen on ASA. I looked around for a while and I couldn't find that level 50 again. I assumed this Rex had killed it. So I settled for this level 20, because that was the second highest level I could find. It was this one stuck in a rock, but it got killed. I trapped and knocked out the level 20. Then I found this other level 50 Argie. So I tried trapping it with the other one. It wouldn't fit in the trap with the other one, so I had to kill the level 20, and then I let it into the trap. And then I knocked it out. Night rolled in, and the top of the mountain got very cold, so I sat underneath these torches to try to keep warm. Then I went to test out photo mode, but I realized that it actually pauses the game when I use photo mode in single player, so this wasn't passing the time at all. It was actually just wasting time. But it's a cool mode. I like it. I pretty much spent the whole night just sitting underneath these torches. Eventually the RG tamed, and I let it up to where I was keeping warm. And I almost fell off the cliff here. I gathered a little bit of metal whenever my health was high enough. Again, just trying to pass the time. I almost died of this blue drop. But eventually it got warm enough that me and the RG could leave the redwoods. I left the redwoods with my RG and spotted a 125 female Rhyneognatha. I gathered narco berries to make narcotics for XP. Then I crafted myself an Ichthyornis obliterator. I threw the metal that I got from the redwoods in the furnace to cook. And I made even more narcotics, trying to get enough XP for an RG saddle. By now my crops had started producing. I ran into this pack of aloes and I recruited these stegos to help me fight them off, and I took all their trophies. Went on the raptors to get an explorer note, and I didn't realize this Therizino hiding in the bushes. I'm lucky it was a low level or it would have killed me. I got away from it, but it chased me for a long time back down the beach. After that, I was finally high enough level to craft and put a saddle on my RG. It's always a big milestone in an ARC series to get a saddle on an Argentavis. I named my RG Mossy, and my Pteranodon fulfilled the will of the gods. Then I built this taming pen that I pretty much never used. It was definitely a good use of time. Then I made myself a set of flak armor. And I went around killing stuff on my RG for XP.
Ooh. That's not bad.
And I watched this Spino get folded.
Spino just got folded.
I saved this moss chops from a raptor. But then the moss chops came back and bit me. So I taught the moss chops some manners. And I spotted an alpha raptor.
Oh, hey, an alpha raptor.
I just sat above it on my RG and hit it in the head over and over again until it eventually died. Gave me a good crossbow. I don't like leeches. I saw this Rex with a baby fighting some Parasaurs, and I was waiting for the Rex to die to the Parasaurs so I could claim the baby. But the Rex ended up killing them and it disappeared into the swamp and I never saw it again. It was only level 95 though. Then I saw this mother Carno, so I gave her a vacation while I took care of the baby for her. Then I saw this level 40 Spino, and at the time it had been the highest level I found, so I just decided to tame it, because I needed a Spino. Any level really would do. Then I made myself a set of flak armor. And I went around killing stuff on my RG for XP.
Ooh. That's not bad.
And I watched this Spino get folded.
Spino just got folded.
I saved this moss chops from a raptor. But then the moss chops came back and bit me. So I taught the moss chops some manners. And I spotted an alpha raptor.
Oh, hey, an alpha raptor.
I just sat above it on my RG, hit it in the head over and over again until it eventually died. Gave me a good crossbow. I don't like leeches. I saw this Rex with a baby fighting some Paracers, and I was waiting for the Rex to die to the Paracers so I could claim the baby. But the Rex ended up killing them and it disappeared into the swamp and I never saw it again. It was only level 95 though. Then I saw this Mother Carno, so I gave her a vacation while I took care of the baby for her. Then I saw this level 40 Spino, and at the time it had been the highest level I found, so I just decided to tame it, because I needed a Spino. Any level really would do. Since I wasn't high enough level yet to make a Spino saddle, I led it all the way back to base. Then I knocked out these dodos for eggs. I found this level 100 raptor, so I decided to tame it. I also tamed this frog that I saw for no reason. I brought the raptor back to base, and when I got there, I imprinted on the baby Carno. Then I spotted this level 140 aloe.
Ooh, a 140 aloe.
As I was bringing the frog back to base, I noticed this 140 Bronto that I had seen earlier was getting attacked.
Oh, it is. Wait, has a baby? Wait a minute. There's no way I can pick up a baby. Oh, it's mutated.
I waited for the Bronto to succumb to the Rex and Alpha Raptor, and I brought the baby back home to claim it.
Dude, what? Oh, I didn't get the levels.
I made a mistake here. I should have reloaded my single player before claiming the baby so it would have gotten its taming levels. Then I bred the raptors and got a crappy egg just to test out my settings. I then started gathering resources to make pillars to try to pillar trap the 140 aloe that I saw. It was way harder than I thought it was going to be to actually get the thing in the trap because it was able to fit through any gap that was more than a pillar wide. So I'll spare you actually watching me get this thing in the trap and just show you it in the trap. While looking for Prime and going to get the frog that I left behind, I ran into an Alpha Raptor, so I decided to kill it. I got this decent Carno saddle from a drop, and then went back to get the tamed aloe and lead it back to the base.
See the stats you got. It's pretty mid.
Then I got an imprint on the baby Bronto, and threw the saddle on the Carno that had finally grown up.
Is there another beaver here? I mean, the knockback with the headbutt. It's not bad. Okay, we are going to go to, I believe it's the artifact of the Hunter Cave. We'll see. There's a Lystro in here, that's kind of weird. There's dodos in here? Oh. Okay. Those first couple guys were a breeze. So I do need to watch out for this guy's torpor. Can headbutt or headshot the snakes, which is good. Wait, can I headshot the Arthur? I think I was headshotting the Arthur there a little. Yeah, Arthurs are tough. Let's see here. Nice. It took forever to do that cave on a Moss Chops.
I didn't go very deep in the cave because I just wanted to get a dung beetle for now, but I brought it back to base and I named the Carno. I threw a saddle on the aloe and tested out its damage. I decided to tame its friend so it would get a pack buff because I wanted to see how much damage it would do with that.
Not about.
While I was taming, I went out on the Archie and grabbed some metal. I also imprinted on the Bronto. And I made a couple upgrades to the shack.
I hate compost bins. Oh no. Okay, he's a pack leader. Okay, good.
Then I tested out my aloe's damage now that it had a pack buff.
Oh yeah, definitely does more damage. Well now, I can clear out.
Then I found a horse to waste my time on.
It's a pretty nice looking Equus too. What? What just happened? Why am I stuck in the wall?
I thought it might be the pen causing the issue, so I took the Equus out and tried taming it outside the pen. I also tried knocking it out. Nothing worked. It must have been bugged, so I just left it alone. Then I found this level 150 Oviraptor at my base. After knocking it out, I quickly realized I did not have enough eggs to tame it, so I knocked out these parasaurs to breed them to get fertilized eggs to feed the Oviraptor. And eventually it tamed. At this time, there was this weird bug that I'm pretty sure has been fixed by now, but whenever a baby wants a specific kind of food, it shows up that symbol above them, and you have to plug in a computer mouse to actually see what they want.
Hopefully, if it'll, there we go. You jiggle your mouse. Exceptional kibble. That's not happening.
Then this is when my crazy raptor luck started.
Oh, yeah, 140. Okay.
And I went back to the cave on my Carno to actually do the cave.
Yeah, Carno's bleed with the knockback is kind of crazy. Also getting hella XP on this Carno. Never mind, I'm not actually getting that much XP. I don't really want to hit the dung beetle if I don't need to. He ain't hurting nobody. Ooh, it's pretty tight, but the Carno fits.
And I got my first artifact of the series.
Okay, this is the way we go for the drops. No Arthropleura. Okay, there is an Arthropleura, but I'm luring everything but it. Star, which is great. Yeah, I can't really back up here. That's stuff. High level thing though. It's just those two. Ooh, I headshot that one. Ooh, I headshot that one too. Okay, we're good. Thanks for stopping them for me, Dung Beetle. Appreciate it, G.
Once an assault has begun. Survivors are generally split about the usefulness of Caprasuchus. Some love its speed, both in and out of the water, essentially making it among the fastest, small-sized, all-terrain mounts when traveling through the wetlands. Others do not like how relatively frail Caprasuchus is, and do not think its high speed and ensnaring attacks make up for this shortcoming.
I figured it would just be easier, and it would end up doing less damage to my Carno if I just let it chew on it while I shot it. There's my first cave drop right there, and I saw there's at least one more at the bottom. See what we're working with. Wow. That's terrible. Despawned, I guess. Was it this one that I saw from up top? I think it was this one that I saw from up top. I mean, it was better than the other one, but who uses packies?
And I gathered up some obsidian to make artifact pedestals.
Okay, that's enough for two. I mean, isn't... Oh, hey, it's the horse. Nice.
After the XP from the cave, I was high enough level to make a saddle for my Spino, so I went out to test it out. And I ran into the baby Rex from earlier. Its mother must have died, so I claimed the baby. After that, I started looking through the swamp for Rhyneognatha and Baryonyx. I killed all the low-level Baryonyx that I found.
Morph it on. Didn't mean to hit you.
Eventually I found a Rhyneognatha and I just hoped it wasn't a female.
It is not. It's a level 5 male. That's perfect.
Then I found some Hesperornis and I wanted to harvest them for polymer, but for some reason there's a bug that makes it so you can't harvest things sometimes when they're too small. But I hopped off the Spino as it attacked and it was able to harvest it. And I think this bug has been fixed by now. I thought it was time for a few improvements to my shack. I went to go get some crystal from the cave. I got a lot of crystal. Like, I don't know why I got so much crystal. But I used it to make a fabricator, a generator, and a refrigerator. Then some random Therizina came out of nowhere and attacked, but my creatures mobbed it and killed it. I checked out all the eggs the Oviraptor had collected, and then reorganized all my creatures that moved everywhere. Then I put down some feeding troughs, an AC. I got some eggs incubating. I threw down a cooking pot and a grill. Oh, and I threw my preserving bin back down to make some jerky. I cleaned all these raptors that were good and disposed of the rest with my aloe. And then the PTs hatched, and I raised them up as spares. Then I cooked a ton of meat. And I started making some prime meat jerky too. I banished all the old low-level raptors down at the end of the beach. And then I punched the babies so they wouldn't get stuck in the ground. It was also kind of fun. Then I got imprints on some of the babies. I made some Lazarus chowder to refresh the stack that I had in the fridge. And then I got the imprints on the pteranodons. Or at least the ones I could get. I saw this theory egg on the beach, so I stole it. Then I built a pillar trap to trap the level 10 theory that laid that egg and tame it so it'll lay eggs for me. While the theory was taming, I spotted this level 125 male Rhyneognatha down the beach. Then the theory tamed. I led it back to base, and I named it Eggs, because that's what it's going to do for me. This is when I added the Super Spyglass mod so I could check the amount of points in my creatures more easily. Then I spotted this level 95 Carno with a baby in the same spot as my other one, so I did the same thing as I did with the other one. And I went after that Rhyneognatha with my Spinal, getting myself another pheromone. Then I went back to lead the baby Rex back home, and it had finished growing up. And I picked up the baby Carno. Then I spotted another level 140 raptor. So I tamed it. Then I found another level 140 raptor. So I tamed that one too. Then I found this alpha raptor and I killed it, and it gave me a good pickaxe. While I was flying the raptors back to base, I ran into another good level raptor, this time a level 145 male. I kind of feel bad for Rampy. I imprinted on the baby Carno, and I killed another alpha raptor. This time it gave me a good hatchet. I checked the stats on the raptors, and these first two had pretty mid stats except for 42 points into health. But then this third one has 42 points into melee and 43 points into health. So I organized the raptors and started them on breeding. I saw this level 110 Baryonyx outside my base, and it was the highest level I'd seen, so I decided to tame it. I tried getting it in my trap, but it would not go in. Then I tried trapping the berry in a pillar trap, but the berry was too small and could fit in between the pillars.
What?
So I just shot at it while it chewed on my raptors, and I eventually knocked it out. I saw a Rex get folded by some Dimorphodons, and I claimed its two babies, but they don't really matter, they both ended up dying. Then I had an epic battle getting prime fish meat for the Baryonyx. Once the berry tamed, I led it back to base, and then checked its stats. Then I threw a saddle on the Bronto and tested out its berry gathering abilities. I then started gathering resources to build a special kind of trap. I went out on the RG and went to build the trap. I'll link the video that I learned how to make this trap on in the description of the video. Then I got this PT unfollow and started the slow process of walking the Bronto all the way to where I built the trap. But I eventually made it. Then I went out on the PT to look for the level 125 Rhyneognatha that I had found, and I found one in the area, thought it was it, and started leading it back. When I stopped for stamina, I realized it was a female, but it was only level 15. But I'd taken it this far, and I decided I would just use it anyway. I led it into the trap, went around to the door, and opened the door, and that's what can get stuck inside the trap. I then shot it with the crossbow until it was low enough that it could impregnate my Bronto. I closed the door, let it out of the trap, and was going to lead it to my Bronto so it could impregnate it, and I left my PT to the side because I didn't care if it killed the PT. But this was a mistake, because when the Rhino killed my PT, it ate its body and fully healed again, so I had to lead the Rhino back to the trap on foot, and I just kited it around the trap until I got it low enough it could impregnate my Bronto.
Do the thing. Do the thing. Yeah!
With my Bronto expecting, I walked it all the way back to my base and prepared to give it cravings. For its first craving, it wanted battle tartare, which is the only recipe that's not in the cooking pot. So I had to look up the recipe and then craft the battle tartare. And to make them, you needed prime meat, so I killed this baby to get the prime meat. But then I crafted up the battle tartare and gave it to the Bronto. I crafted up some other soups in case it wanted it for its next craving, but the Bronto ended up wanting golden hesperornis egg, and I didn't have those. Then right across the river from my base, this level 140 Rex spawned, so I led it into a pillar trap. I was getting tired of force-feeding the Bronto, so I hopped on my PT and I unrendered it, and if you didn't know, when you unrender a creature and re-render it, it will completely fill its food bar with whatever food is available. Then from across the river, I started knocking out the Rex. Until somebody got in the way. After that, I finished knocking out the Rex. And for one last time, I unrendered the Bronto to refill its food. It was time for my Bronto to give birth to the Rhyneognatha, and I was sitting here crossing my fingers hoping the baby wouldn't be terrible.
This thing is fucking terrible.
I took out my frustration on this baby turtle, and for whatever reason it expanded when it died. But I fed it to the Rex and tamed it. Then I went out on a metal run.
47 points into oxygen? Okay, well, 35 into melee and 38 into health aren't terrible, but they're not good, so.
I was getting tired of all these dinos being scattered around the base, so I did a little bit of organizing and got the Rexes on breeding. I also imprinted on the Rhyneognatha. I threw down all these raptor eggs, hoping to get the good stats, and this Rex egg that I got. Then I pumped every point that my moss chops had into organic polymer. I threw down all the dodo and parasaur eggs too, because I didn't need them, so I was going to hatch them for XP. Then I went on another metal run. Threw down a Rex egg in the wall for some reason. And I dispatched the dodos. I put a saddle on my baryonyx and found this 140 moss chops. Then one of these raptors ended up having almost perfect stats. It was missing just oxygen, and I was trying to get it on there too. But I got rid of the rest of them, cooked all the prime meat, and I dispatched these parasaurs. Then this seagull messed up. Then I got rid of all the babies that I didn't need. And I made a canteen. Then I went out on the berry to get some prime fish meat for that moss chops, but I couldn't see, so I used the command that makes it so you can actually see in the ocean. And I killed some megalodons. Then I spotted this 135 megalodon. But I picked up the prime fish meat, and I fed it to the moss chops. Then the first baby Rex hatched, and it was a male that had most of the good stats, so I kept it to raise as a better male. And I got rid of the babies, and I made sure that baby didn't get stuck in the ground. Then the moss chops wanted a rare flower. And I imprinted on the Rhynia. And I continued to take care of babies and throw out more eggs. I finished the tame on the moss chops. And I got a mutation.
Oh, wait a minute. It's a melee mutation. 308 melee with 35 points. And then you have... yeah. So you're pink, so that's kind of cool.
Then I set out to tame the level 135 megalodon. Once it was knocked out, I went and got it some prime. I went to do a cinematic shot of the sunset, and the seagull kept getting in the way, so I took a shot at it, and I was in disbelief that I hit the thing without aim assist or a crosshair. Once the megalodon tamed, I was going to have it follow me to the shore, but it kept getting stuck, so I threw a saddle on it and I just rode it to the shore. Ignore this part. I realized the eggs were too cold and they weren't incubating, so I picked them up. I then made another AC, but the eggs were still too cold, so I put down some standing torches, and the two standing torches, both lit, were just barely warm enough to keep the eggs warm. I've been using this Carno as storage. And I did some dino organization that wouldn't matter in a few minutes. I checked the stats on my Megalodon, and then I named my Baryonyx Barleyonyx. Then I went around and gathered some of the basics. Narca berries for narcotics, gathered flint to make spark powder and gunpowder. I did unspeakable things. And made more gunpowder. Then I saw this otter and I couldn't help myself, so I tamed it. He was cute. I named him Otis.
Otis.
And I got the last imprint I'd be able to get on the Rhyneognatha. And I put this hat that I got from the cave on Otis. Tell Otis he's cute in the comments. He has your family. I tried looking at him in photo mode, but it looked awful.
This looks awful.
Then my Rhyneognatha finished growing up. Then I took out my good raptor for a test to see how much damage it would do.
That's too much damage.
Then I finally got a female raptor with the oxygen stat I was looking for. I don't know why I'm doing this with the raptors. They don't really matter. They're not that great. I'm just doing it for fun. I did get a Rex mutation, though. This time it was in weight. Then I made a mistake. I accidentally whistled on this, and all my creatures moved around. So I had to spend the next 20 minutes moving everything around. It was not fun. Then, as like a final thing for day 10, I went to the cave on my Carno to try to get some of the cave drops, maybe thinking I could get something good. This was the only drop in the cave.
$500 Dura hide boots. That's what I got out of this cave. Wow.
Then I happened to run out of stamina right next to this Therizino. Luckily my Carno was able to take it out. And then I went back and repaired all my flak. Well, that concludes the first 10 days of my 100 Days series. Thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. And I'm happy with the progress I made within the first 10 days. I didn't think I would have any good Rexes by the first 10 days, and I definitely didn't think I was going to tame a good set of Raptors. But things happen in Ark. I am happy that I got a Rhyneognatha. I am kind of upset about how low of a level it is, but I know I should have looked for a higher level female, and I got unlucky with the cravings. But it is what it is. I'll get more. Hopefully I'll be able to get a better base location set up within the next 10 days, because I don't want to live in a shack for the whole series. Thank you for watching. I appreciate any support, likes, comments, anything. Comments will keep me motivated to keep making videos. So, if you want more, then do those things. I'll probably make them either way, so it doesn't really matter, but I'd appreciate it either way. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.